And for our final story, let's shift our focus to West Africa. The regional bloc, the Economic Community of West African States, or the ECOWAS, is making efforts to re-establish ties with three Sahel nations, Niger, Mali, and Burkina Faso. Now, West African states have appointed a mediator to initiate dialogue with the disgruntled junta-led nations. They have tasked Lansana Kouyaté with the job. Now, he is a former Prime Minister of Guinea and ex-ECOWAS Executive Secretary. The Bloc has reportedly believing that Kouyaté's appointment would help bring West African communities closer. Niger, Mali, and Burkina Faso exited the ECOWAS last year after their military leaders took over between 2020 and 2023. And they formed the Alliance of Sahel States, or the AES. Now, the junta-led trio shares an anti-imperialist and pro-sovereignty vision. They are sharp critics of West African coastal countries for their close ties with their former colonizer, France. These nations have moved closer politically to Russia. Moscow is filling the security vacuum left by Paris in the region. Russia offers direct military assistance to the Sahel states, which have rejected Western partners. In exchange, it has secured gold and uranium mining deals with these nations. The other commonality that Niger, Mali, and Burkina Faso share is their frustration with traditional Western partners over security lapses. Jihadist insurgencies have plagued the AES nations for years. Insurgents led by groups linked to Al-Qaeda and the Islamic State have been staging attacks. The military governments accuse the West of failing to provide adequate support in combating jihadists. Meanwhile, West African states have decided to create a new force earlier this month to fight insurgents. The aim is to deploy around 2,000 troop-strong force to combat terrorism in the region. However, Niger, Mali, and Burkina Faso are not a part of this initiative. The United Nations said the trio's exit from the ECOWAS has created a gap in regional coordination, and this could complicate collective responses to violent extremism in the Sahel. Now, this is not the first time Western states have tried to initiate dialogue with the three Sahel nations. In July of 2024, ECOWAS appointed the Senegalese President Bassirou Faye as a mediator. He was tasked with bringing the Sahelian juntas back into the bloc during their one-year exit notice period, but he failed to do so. Now, in March of 2025, Ghana President John Dramani Mahama had toured the three countries, and he tried to persuade them to return to the regional bloc, and his efforts too failed to yield results. Despite repeated attempts, the regional West African bloc has not been able to please the junta leaders. It has failed to bring them on its side, leaving gaps for global powers like Russia to fill. Now, will this fresh initiative be able to make any difference? That remains to be seen.